My experiment was on the effect of different vitamins on plant growth. The purpose of this experiment was to test the effects of different vitamins on plant growth and how those effects that they have on humans translate to plants. The levels of the IV in this experiment were vitamin C, D3, E, B6, and B12, while the dependent variable was the height of Wisconsin fast plants. Wisconsin fast plants are most ideal for this type of experiment due to their fast sprouting and growing time. Vitamins are organic materials that are acquired in the diet in small quantities. They are necessary for health and growth in higher forms of animal life as well as plants. My hypothesis for this experiment was if more vitamin D3 is added to the plant as it grows, then plant height will increase because vitamin D3 is very similar to vitamin D, which comes from the sun, which is one of the required ingredients of photosynthesis. The materials in the experiment were 60 Wisconsin fast plants, meaning there were 10 trials per level of the IV. The distilled water served as a control in this experiment. Each vitamin solution was composed of 5 milliliters of the vitamin dissolved in 50 milliliters of water. I also used a metric ruler, a light bulb, a mortar and pestle, a graduated cylinder, pipettes, a tray, and plant labels. In this experiment, the first materials were gathered and purchased. 12 pots were then placed on a plastic tray with the seeds and soil. This tray was then positioned underneath the grow light, and the vitamins were then the vitamins that are in tablet form were then crushed into a powder using the mortar and pestle, while gel vitamins were opened and drained into the container. Each vitamin was then dissolved in 50 milliliters of water, and each group of 10 plants was then given 5 milliliters of that solution using a pipette, while the control received 5 milliliters of distilled water. At the end of each day, a metric ruler was used to measure each plant. These measurements were then recorded to calculate the average height of each level of the IV. These steps were repeated daily for 10 days. At the end of the experiment, as you can see as bar graph, vitamin B12 increased the most after the 10 days, while vitamin B6 increased the least. This is also shown by the line graph. In conclusion, vitamin D3 was expected to increase plant growth the most. However, the results did not support this hypothesis. The data from this experiment instead showed that vitamin B12 caused the greatest increase in average plant height, while vitamin B6 caused the average plant height to decrease the most. In conclusion to the study, vitamin B12 caused the greatest increase in average plant height growth with an average height of 5.86 centimeters. I believe that vitamin B12 caused the greatest increase because it helped boost the plant's metabolism, which helped aid in photosynthesis in the long run, which caused plant height to increase. If I were to repeat this experiment again, I would most likely have more trials or continue the experiment for longer than 10 days in order to receive more accurate results.